Hello Aquarius, Johnny Alchemy here. Thank you again for joining me on my channel. We're going to be doing your mid-January tarot card reading for January 2024. So let's hop right in and see what we got. As a reminder, this is going to be a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Everything here is to empower you so that you can make the choices necessary to create the life or situation that you want for yourself. Okay, so we got lots of wands, some cups, lots of court cards. Okay, so let's talk about the past, recent or long term for some of you. I think here this is telling me, well, we got the Seven of Wands talking about perseverance. Like this person, he's faced with conflict, he's faced with resistance. You know, there's something here where there's a challenge in terms of a certain goal that you possibly want to achieve in the past, a certain ambition as well. We also got the King of Pentacles here as well. So really it's telling me that, you know, whether this be a goal in work or business, that's something to consider as well. This could be a person that you worked with, a coworker, teammate, even could be a boss or someone in a position of authority, you know, or influence at your work as well. But basically it's telling me, you know, that maybe there's certain things where you may not see eye to eye on certain aspects of the job or the business, and that really you had to stand your ground and you had to stand your position. The Seven of Wands is really telling me, like, you know, you're not backing down. You know, and that the strife that you're met with is from this person. You know, even if it isn't something work related, I do see a Two of Cups here in the reversed. So really, it's also saying, you know, this could have been someone from the past that you had a romantic relationship with, or anything like that as well. Could be any of the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, any of those. But also it's saying that as well, if you butted heads with a partner in the past, you know, and you didn't see eye to eye and you really had to stand your position, you know. I say that especially because we see the Emperor right here. So especially being a major arcana card, you know, if this happens, if this was like an old relationship, whether it be work related or romantic, doesn't matter. But anywhere from 6 months to a year ago, especially, you know, it's really saying that, you know, the big lesson that you learned is like how to use your power, how to control a situation, you know, how to sit in your seat of power as yourself. You know, as I said with that Seven of Wands, you know, you're met with conflict and it seems like one person versus the other, you know. And sometimes, you know, when people have different opinions, different views, different perspectives, and you can't agree and you have to agree to disagree, that's really what the Emperor is saying. You know, it's really saying, like, you know, I understand what your view is, but I'm not backing down either. My view is still the same. You know, how I see the situation or whatever it is, I still feel the same way about it, you know. And unfortunately, I'm not here to convince you, and you're not going to convince me either, you know. And I really feel like that's the vibe that I get in terms of that type of situation, if that resonates. So let's talk about the present. As I said, we got that Two of Cups here in reversed. So again, if it could be a business relationship, it could be a romantic relationship, either one. I really feel like for some of you, you know, if that butting heads or like that type of disagreement, you know, in the past really put like a damper in the relationship, and it could lead up to this where it's like, you know, maybe there had to be a separation for some of you. Maybe you could be considering a separation, you know. So here that two of Cups is showing, like, you know, a loss of interest, you know, a loss of communication, loss of passion for this person and or situation, where that causes a lot of conflict because it's right underneath that Seven of Wands. So here there could be a lot of conflict in that personal relationship. We also got the Nine of Wands here as well. So really it's telling me here that you are really going to be letting down your boundaries and letting down your walls in a certain sense. And it makes me feel like, if whoever this resonates with, whatever, if that situation, whether it be work or romantic, caused you to put up your walls in the first place because of those little arguments or little misunderstandings, that really is telling me that, you're ready to put down those walls and really, I'm going to say it this way because we got the, what was it, the Ace of Swords, to really give this final communication that you're done. That I'm not willing to take this anymore. I'm willing to put down my walls, not only to communicate to you, but also I'm out. And with the Ace of Swords here, it's really talking about victory, communication, a certain thought process and truth that you have come to realize and understand as well. So really here, I feel like, with that nine of wands, with that in the reverse, it's that wounded warrior energy, but in the reverse, it's saying like, okay, I've had enough, I've healed, I put up my barriers, I put up my walls, and behind those, I found my peace and safety, but now I'm ready to expand and leave this situation. And having that Ace of Swords in the middle of your whole reading, that's a card of victory and success. So if there was any situation in the past that caused you a lot of resistance and conflict, and you're willing to move on from them, understand that it is for your own good. It is because you've come to that realization yourself, honestly, deep down. Let's talk about the future and things to consider as well. So a few things. Let's see. We got the Four of Cups here in the reversed. So here, again, it's saying usually this cup in the upright talks about apathy and not wanting to make a decision. As I said before, in the reversed, it's talking about you've made the decision already. Usually, in the upright, you see this person, they're looking at all these three cups, kind of like despondent, kind of like, analyzing and reflecting over them, But the universe is offering them a new cup to consider, a new cup of emotional fulfillment. This comes right underneath that Two of Cups. So this is really saying, like, what didn't work out from the past, you're kind of reflected enough to know, okay, I'm ready to move forward. And so you're ready to take that new cup of fulfillment, that single cup for you, So that's where I see there, if there is any type of romantic fulfillment, especially just talking about the cups, but it could be even a new job opportunity, etc. We also got the Queen of Wands. Love to see this. This is right underneath that Nine of Wands reversed. So really it's saying, like, I'm letting down my walls because I've done my healing and now I'm moving forward, because you have done the reflection, you've done the contemplation, and now you just know, there's a certain with the Queen of Wands energy, there's a certain self-assuredness and self-confidence about who they are, and they know who they are, they know what they're worth, and they're not going to settle for anything less. So really this Queen of Wands energy, I feel like for some of you, like this whole process of possibly leaving a situation that has caused you any type of strife is going to ultimately just benefit you in the end, because you already know, for some of you, as I said, that this is not worth it and this is not something that you want to have going forward in your life. Finally, we got the King of Wands. Again, lots of court cards for you. King of Wands here in the reversed, talking about future and things to consider. I think here it's, as I said, you will be embodying that Queen of Wands energy, and from that position you will be able to kind of understand and envision what it is that you want from your life going forward. This comes in the line of that Emperor here, the Emperor column with that Ace of Swords. So it's really telling me from the past you learned and know how to stand your ground. You know how to use your power and control situations and decisions in your life property for your victory. So in here it's really saying with the King of Wands, it's like with your new self-confidence and self-assuredness, now is the time for you to envision where you want to see your life in the future, whether it be a new job, whether it be in life, whether it be a new ambition of any kind. Now is the time for you to dream and envision long-term stuff, 5-10 years from now. What is the vision that I have for myself and my life? What does that look like? Because now I can make things happen knowing the lessons that you know now. So let's pull out some more cards and see what we got for clarification. Yeah, Nine of Cups. What else we got? Ooh, things are falling. Eight of Wands. Lots of cups. For you is cups and wands. All cups and wands. And that one single Ace of Swords. Never mind, there's another sword. Okay. Okay. So here, Nine of Wands. really saying like, there's going to be abundant emotional things going on for you. As I said, in terms of thinking about the long-term vision of your life, the Nine of Cups here is really talking about making a wish and having it come true, this abundance of emotional fulfillment. So really, for some of you, I think that's something to consider, and that's something to focus on. Where is it there, or what is it going to do? What is the situation? What is the person? What is the goal that will give you the most emotional abundance? Because that is going to be something that will drive you. That is something that will make you very happy. We got the Eight of Wands here as well. So here, I think it's really saying like, focus your actions. There's a lot of energy here to be used. All of these wands talk about energy. They're all pointing in one direction. So really it's saying like, use this energy wisely. Focus in on something very particular, very specific. As I said, that Nine of Cups, could go for something emotionally abundant. There's something there saying that. We also got the Three of Swords here. So here, as I said, if there's any type of relationship, business, romantic, platonic, doesn't matter. But it seems like for some of you, like cutting that tie, there is some type of emotional response and emotional baggage from there. And that's fine. That happens all the time when we have to say goodbye to someone, even if they may not be good for us, there's still emotions invested and involved. So here, I think that's something that you might be letting go. It says sorrow right there. So I think here, in terms of that, it's like some of you already know that this has to happen. And it is a sorrowful process. But at the same time, I think here with all these other cards, it's saying like, that's going to be something in the background. There's a lot of things here that shows a deeper and higher knowing about moving forward. And that sorrow is just a normal response to anything like this in life, and that there's a lot more good things coming in for you along the way. So let's pull out some more cards in terms of clarification. Yeah, serenity. Yeah, talking about peace. Yes. Honesty. Yes. Acceptance. Okay. So first, serenity. Yeah. As I said, this is in the same row with that Seven of Wands, talking about anyone who causes you conflict, resistance, all of that stuff. It's like you're willing to leave that because you value your peace and your serenity above all that. And if that means cutting someone out of your life, cutting a situation out of your life, for some of you, you're more than willing to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. If the people or situations do not give you the peace and serenity that you need, then you know that it is not meant for you, and that's exactly true. I live my life that way as well. Honesty. As I said, for some of you, you already know, and I think here it's like with that Emperor, you're not afraid to back down and say your piece. And that Ace of Swords, same exact thing. You have a truth, you have a knowledge that you have to share, a certain message that you want to share with this person or situation to move on. So I think here, honesty, I think you're being very honest with yourself, and you're not afraid to be honest with them either. Acceptance. So finally, as I said, it's like as you move on, and if you move on from this situation or person, you're going to find acceptance with yourself. You're going to accept your decision, because honestly, I think for some of you, this isn't a hard decision. I think a lot of this stuff, I think is just, you already know that it's not worth it to you. I think for some of you, maybe you already have accepted this decision and you are at peace with that. So here I really feel that for some of you. Let's pull out two more cards. Oh, I always do that. One last one on the bottom. Oh, love that. Higher power. Awesome. And then let's do one more. Sensitivity. Yeah. Okay. So first, higher power. Yeah, this is for your greater good. If anything, this is just saying like, that your higher power, your higher self, the universe, is cutting people out of your life so that you can have that serenity, you can have that peace and true acceptance that that you can give yourself, or whatever external situations that are already part of your life can give you. Also, I feel like here, in terms of I look at that Emperor again. I think this is you practicing your higher power in terms of just literal power to make things happen, to manifest the reality that you want. that is your higher power, like, manifesting and put to use in this realm for your life to create the outcomes and situations that you want. We also got sensitivity. I mean, here, as I said, I look back to that Three of Swords, talking about sorrow. And again, just the process of getting rid of any person or situation that you may have been emotionally invested in the past. So really, I think here it is a sensitive time, a sensitive time for that, and it is just a sensitive scenario or situation in general, and understanding, like, that even though if you made this decision already in your mind and in your heart, and that you are at peace with that, there is still just as important to grieve if you feel you need to grieve, to cry if you feel like you need to cry, and that you shouldn't be cold to your emotions despite maybe how they might have treated you in the past or how that situation may have made you feel in the past as well. It's okay to be sensitive even though you know that they were not good for you or that situation was not good for you. So there, I think also it's really saying, like, don't harden your heart because of conflict. Don't harden your heart because of things that happened or hurt you from the past. It's still fine to feel, and it's okay to feel even though it is sometimes sorrow and pain, because there are still very much good things coming for you in the future. Excuse me. So that's kind of what I see for some of you Aquarius for mid-January tarot card reading. I mean, moving on from conflict and situations and people that were not meant for you, and now it's going to put you in a much better place to move forward and for you to dream about better things, bigger ambitions, better situations for yourself in the future. So if that resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button, leave me a comment. I love hearing comments from all of you. And don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't. I want to say thank you so much for reading, and I wish you the best, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you so much. Goodbye.